get fucking started. God damn it. All right.
Holy shit.
Well, once again, everybody, welcome to the ADHD Gamer.
What up, y'all?
We are here. We are here to discuss some news of the week.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
By the way, we're not doing the beard shaking thing anymore.
Yes, we are. Beard shaking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought, motherfucker.
Fucking do it. Fuck it. It just sounded really gay last time, like really bad. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just sounded really weird.
It's our thing, man.
It is our thing. It is. I don't know where that started. I think we did it. But anyway.
Your boy Adam needs to grow a beard so we can do it together.
I know he does. I think he was mad at us.
You think he was mad?
I think he was mad at us for some reason. He hasn't messaged me back when I told him the video was online. I think he's angry.
Oh man, I really enjoyed hanging out with Adam.
I know he's a cool dude. He's a really cool individual. Him and Courtney, when he told me he was getting engaged, I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm really, because I like him. He's a cool guy. He's he's into all the things we are, and I really like him. I actually was going to talk to him about coming on more often.
Yeah,
I enjoyed his company.
Have that conversation. Yeah,
I enjoyed his company. I will have that conversation with him.
I think he did a good job of grounding us a little bit because you and I kind of
we're dumb.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I get a little overexcited, and you get a little over into it sometimes, and he just kind of brings us there. So I kind of like him on the show.
I'm still pulling myself out of this whole you have an opinion thing, and it's not wrong. I have a problem with thinking people's opinions are wrong. Because I have a way of believing
everybody's opinions are wrong.
So
many good conversations between you and I, just because you think that everybody else is wrong and not you.
Should have gave Will Smith a goddamn chance, Jonathan. That's all I'm saying. Give him a chance to Genie, goddamn it. It's all
give him a chance. And everybody said that he's did good. But I'm over here telling you need to give who a fucking chance as Batman?
No. Robert Pattinson. Fuck Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Oh, no. But Will Smith, no, Jonathan's an asshole.
That's different. That is different. That is totally 100%. Why? Do we really need to go into this conversation?
We're already there.
You know what? Fuck it. Will Smith, name the fucking great movies he's been in and the great characters he's played. Name the great characters that this sparkling motherfucker has played. Please.
I'm going to start. Get ready. Cedric Diggory. That's all I got to say.
He played a shitty role in a wonderful series.
No. He played a great role.
He played a shitty role in a wonderful series that shouldn't have been in that series.
Hold up. Listen. Oh, by the way, did you see the thing that I shared about? Did you read the Harry Potter books, right?
Kind of, yeah, sort of.
Kind of. Do you know who Peeves is?
No. Peeves
in the Harry Potter books is this ghost and he's just always causing mischief.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in like every fucking book, and they left him out of the movie series. Mm-hmm. He's just an asshole that goes around fucking with shit. Do you know who Drop Dead Fred is?
No.
You've never seen Drop Dead Fred?
I think I've only read the first book.
Well, I mean, Drop Dead Fred was a movie from the 80s. Anyway, he was supposed to play Peeves, and that fucking blew my world because I grew up watching Drop Dead Fred, and he would have been perfect for that role. So obviously this doesn't matter to you, but it was important to me. So
well, I mean, it's kind of important because it kind of sucks that they leave stuff out of movies like that.
Well, I don't think they really had a choice. You know, there's so many great iconic characters in those books.
Yeah,
and you can't.
It's like Game of Thrones. They left out a couple from what friends of mine have told me, and it sucks that they have to leave those characters out, especially because you got to crunch it into so much little bit of time. God damn it, we got off fucking subject again. Let's go,
gamer buddy.
Let's go into the news.
The news. We're having segments now. Damn, we are upgrading our podcast.
I know we need to upgrade more. I like this.
I know. We're getting more professional every day.
We need to get more flashier names.
Flashier names. Cool.
Flashier names.
Yeah.
I would call this the Ledger, but we would get sued. Can we call this the News Chief now? They're not around anymore.
Oh my God. Other people aren't even going to know what that means.
No. That's a little Central Florida humor there. Anyway, let's go into the news. First story. So we discussed something last week about since Sony was not at E3, we did not get to see anything really from them. We got to see a couple of things. What we did, however, get afterwards, which just so everyone knows, every year after E3, the first week after E3 is a very slow news week. So you don't get a lot of stuff. You don't get a lot of news. You don't get a lot of things to figure out. This week we got more than normal. So
I can't imagine why.
I can't imagine why either.
Yeah.
So The Last of Us 2, this article comes from Wesley Ian Poole at Eurogamer, was possibly announced by the actress who plays Ellie, Ashley Johnson. So during an interview with Critical Role, she was actually being interviewed by her spouse. If you skip to the 1 hour and 7 minute mark, you notice he asks, so when does that game come out? And she says, I think it comes out fair, and then she gets shut off. Now, there's only a couple, well, basically one fucking month that starts with fair. So basically what we got out of that was February 2020 is basically what we got. And Jason Schreier came out with an article not too long ago that states that he thinks basically it's, which Jason Schreier is a very, 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 very big reporter from Kotaku. He knows a lot of shit, insider shit and stuff. So, yeah, so I'm thinking February 2020 is what we're going to get.
And you know what? I like how they're playing because there's a lot of movement out there with people saying, quit announcing these fucking games, 2, 3, 4 years out of the gate and not giving us anything forever in a day. And yes, they announced it. They said they were doing it. They gave us a beautiful trailer way back when. And they haven't really given us much of anything, have they? Like, I think this is really the first bit.
Not since E3 of last year.
Yeah. But you really want to charge people, get them charged up right before the game comes out. So, I mean, it sounds like they're kind of doing what they're doing.
I mean, you do, and from what things I've also heard is that it won't have multiplayer this year like the Last of Us did.
Really?
I don't really know how many people really cared about that. I played a little bit of the Last of Us multiplayer, and I mean, it wasn't bad. Like it was okay, but it's not
co-op. Or is it multiplayer?
No, it was like straight up run and gun. No, hold on, was it? I think they didn't have a co-op. Did they have a co-op? I don't really remember.
I don't know. I don't remember that feature at all. I just remember playing. Well, maybe I do.
I don't really remember too much.
Yeah, it's been a while.
God, it was forever ago.
God, just such a good game, though.
It was. I mean, it was one of my top 10 of all time. I mean, it's very emotional, especially at the end. It's very emotional, and that's why when they came out with that trailer and showed Ellie, I was like, oh man, I really hope they play off of this. And she came out playing that guitar, and I was like, yes,
yeah,
fucking great, wonderful job, guys.
Oh shit, she's a lesbian, awesome.
That was even better. Ready to fap. Ready to fap.
Yeah, ready to fap. Ellie's gonna be hot in this game. Let me tell you.
I know she's already hot. I mean, I don't want to say she portrays.
Not as a child.
No. I'm saying now she is, but because she's over 18 in this, and supposedly she's over 18 in this. But as a video game character, they've done really well with everything. Yeah. So get ready for that February 2020. Hopefully, we will keep you up more, and hopefully, we'll get that. You yawn a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude, man. This closet that I'm working in.
I just coming out of the closet.
Coming out of the closet.
Is it still Pride Month? You'd be okay if it's still Pride Month.
It's Pride Month still. Girl, shit.
You're good. Okay.
You good. Rainbow.
You shouldn't have announced your engagement then.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It just came out instead.
I mean, I think I said it like when it happened months ago. This is just the collage that we got.
you set that months ago to happen on this day?
Well, no. I actually did it months ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I remember you telling me that it happened when y'all went to Ireland.
Yeah. We just kind of like didn't pull it from the thing because it took a little while to get the pictures and all that shit. And I was just like, oh, we haven't done this in a while.
By the way,
here we go.
By the way, everyone.
Hello, congratulations. I'm like, thanks, I guess.
I mean, this happened months ago.
This happened a while ago. Like, I think you all knew about it, but whatever.
I guess that's our fault.
When I have my Star Wars wedding, it's going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah. My buddy's going to dress up like in his Anakin Skywalker robes and marry us.
Can I please be a ring bearer, and can I please be Yoda?
Ring bearer? Dude, what are you talking about? You're in the party.
Oh, am I?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think you are.
I'm going to be excited if I'm in the party because I didn't expect Yes.
I don't remember. I had to look up the list because we haven't
I'm going to give a speech.
A speech. You and about every fucking body else has said, "Oh, I got a speech. I got to tell some stories."
I'm not telling a story. I'm just I don't want to. I don't think that. No, there's a couple stories I can tell, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give the speech. No, all right, we got to move on.
The story started with, and here comes Jonathan's dumbass walking in. Yeah, that's how it goes.
I know, because what I'm going to say is, all right, everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Here we are again.
To on location ADHD gamer.
Here we are again.
No.
Here we are again for the second time.
I mean, really, that goes well for both of us.
Yeah, for the second, technically for the fourth time if you multiply it.
Wow.
Okay.
If we start multiplying, then that's wrong. I think your idea of math is wrong.
2 times 2 is 4, buddy.
Yeah. This would still be the third wedding.
Let's just fucking move on. Anyway.
All right, games. What are we doing?
All right. So an article came out about 2 articles technically came out about which were very hilarious about the Final Fantasy VII Remake came out. Number 1, they're going to keep the cross-dressing scene in Final Fantasy VII. It just has to be modernized. And I like this feature because that's a main sequence in the game that has to, because you're going to save Tifa and it has to be in there. I know it's very 2019 and people are very butthurt about things today. And there's no telling if, what people were going to say to that, because that 25 years ago, that was okay, now, or that was not okay, but it was, it wasn't looked down upon like it is today. Yeah. Today, that's like making fun of someone and people get yelled at. If anything, I would think the cross-dressing scene would be excited that their area is in a game.
Well, the funny part about it was 2 straight men dressed up in girls' clothes who aren't LGBTQ, and they look terrible.
Yeah. I mean, well,
and
it was
they're getting away with it.
It was all pixelized, and I mean, but you could tell that Cloud looked fucking terrible as a woman, and the whole time they were telling her, "Oh, you're beautiful." Like,
yeah.
What the fuck do y'all see in these women? So,
I don't look at. I mean, I know other people look at it as a defensive thing, but I don't. Personally, not being from that realm, I don't mind it. So
I don't either, but it is a big scene that needed to come out. Like it has to be in there. The second one is about Tifa's boobs.
What?
Yes, I said that right. Tifa's jubblies.
Wait, like the physics of her jubblies, or
her milk racks,
or are we going to be
her
able
watermelons?
To see them?
Her melons. No, you will not be able to see her melons.
Okay, so I don't know what the story is. I'm just guessing because you're kind of just giving me different names for breasts.
That's what I do. They made them proportioned to. So back then, Tifa had
like cones.
No. Back then, if you remember right, Tifa had a tank top, and she had a tank top on. It was just a regular ass tank top. Well, now they've kind of put her in like a sports, one of them like sports tank tops that women wear when they go work out. So her boobs can't be massively large anymore. They had to size them down. And they just don't look like Tifa's boobs anymore. Because, it was a big story for everybody. I didn't care. It was funny to me because you just remember, all you remember running around anime wise was fucking Tifa's boobs running around in pixels and in 32 pixels or whatever.
Well, and, to be honest, they probably had to make them that big so you knew that she was a woman. I mean,
probably
that's probably the thought process behind it. Yeah,
it is. I also like how they're adding a bunch of new dialogue. Like, I guess Jesse flirts with Cloud the whole time. And it's from what people are saying. I can't wait to play this anyway. We'll move on because this is my thing. I can't wait to fucking play it. I mean, if y'all haven't heard the story, this is literally the only reason I bought a PlayStation 4 in 2015 when this was announced. When this was announced, I went and bought one, and then I've been screwed for 4 years now. So I finally get it now in 2020, and I'm super excited. The only thing I'm worried about with this, and I didn't say this last week, the only thing I'm worried about this is the release schedule. Because they talked about the first part, which is on 2 Blu-ray discs, which is fucking, it's supposed to be just Midgar, which is about 5 hours of the game that they've now ran up, added new stuff, added new dialogue, added new battles, everything's supposed to shoot up to 40 hours of gameplay, 40, 50 hours of gameplay. But the problem is that this is just the first part, and they haven't announced. Square has not been very good about announcing what's coming out and when.
Yeah.
So you don't know if the second part's going to come out in 2022. So the thing I'm worried about is the new consoles coming out. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? Are you going to release part 2 in on the next batch of consoles? You're going to release part 3. That's what I'm worried about. So anyway, moving on from that. So hopefully we'll get some more news on that. And once again, we'll keep you updated. The next thing is about Pokemon Sword and Shield. They announced last week, Game Freak announced last week that they will not be able to transfer all Pokemon to Sword and Shield. So you will not be able to do like you did last time and go into Pokemon Go and transfer certain Pokemon over to Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Is that because it's a weaker game, or like they just don't have enough room in the game?
From what they were saying, they want you to play the game how they meant you to play it. So they want you to use the Pokemon that are from the Galar region, and they want you to be able to play in those areas with the Pokemon that are in the Galar region. And after the game, I believe you're able to. But my thing is, I mean, should that have been announced in the beginning? Yeah, it should have been. Mm-hmm. Do I blame these guys? Not really, because up to the fact of 800 Pokemon right now. Mm-hmm. The only thing that makes them look bad on this came out right after Pokemon Home was announced, which if nobody knows what Pokemon Home was, Pokemon Home is where it's like a Pokemon bank where you can transfer all of your Pokemon from every game that you've played to Pokemon Home, so you have them, so you can build a Pokedex. But it's a monthly fee. So basically, you're paying a monthly fee for this Pokemon bank, and you can transfer those Pokemon out of there to different games. So, but you can't transfer those to Sword and Shield now because of this. The only thing that I see about this is
hold on a second. How would you get? I mean, does this include the retro games? Like, how do they pull that off of Red and Blue?
I don't think they pull it from Red and Blue. I don't think it goes all the way back to Red and Blue. I think it goes to like Sun and Moon or X and Y. One of those two.
Oh, so it's not too far back. It's
but games. You got to remember all Pokemon from 150 to whatever are in this. So you get all 800 Pokemon. Okay. The thing is there's like 800 Pokemon right now, and that takes a lot of rendering, and that takes a lot of just
space.
Basically rendering into the game. It takes a lot.
Yeah,
it adds a bunch of updates, but I think they've came out and said that they're going to update this as needed and put a bunch of different and put a couple, maybe 50 or 100 Pokemon in at each update. I think. They haven't been. Once again, Game Freak is not a massive powerhouse of a company, so they're not real big into. I also noticed some graphics problems with that. Like they were saying that some trees look like the trees from Ocarina of Time.
Oh shit!
But also, once again, Game Freak has always been on gameplay. They're not a massive graphical powerhouse. I've always loved Pokemon games. I've had a blast with them. So
they've given us exactly what we need graphically at the time.
Correct. And I like Pokemon Let's Go. People hated it. People janked on it. I loved it because it was basically red. It was basically red, blue, graphically brought up. Basically, is what and I loved it.
No, they did a fantastic job with that. So whoever says that can piss off.
I agree. I mean, everybody's gonna have an opinion, and their opinion's wrong to me.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I'm trying to get better to that. I'm sorry. Your opinion's not wrong. Your opinion's just It's
wrong. I'll say you're wrong. Sorry. You.
So at E3, they had a Cyberpunk demo that was behind closed doors for all media and all that good stuff. Remember last year they had the same thing, and about a month or 2 months later, actually I think it was like 3 or 4 months later, they showed us that demo, and it looked amazing. It was like a 45-minute demo. It looked amazing. We were so excited. Well, this year that demo that was shown behind closed doors this year at E3 is going to be played at PAX West. So we will get to see that demo again. PAX West is in I forgot. Jonathan, talk amongst yourself real quick while I look for this.
I really want to play this demo, honestly. They need to make it available. PAX
West is August 30th through September 2nd. Okay. So we'll be seeing it sometime around then. The only thing I love about this so far is when's the last time that you've seen 2-hour-long gameplays of demo of a big top AAA game and nobody's touched it?
Never. Like, dude, that doesn't happen anymore.
Nobody's been able to touch this game at all.
No.
And we had 2-hour-long play sessions of this game. And that's and like I said, the first one looked awesome. From what I've heard from other people, this one's awesome. This shows you two character archetypes with a female that's like massively overpowered where she can punch through doors, and then you got a guy that's massively hacker based. So you've got those two, and I can't wait to see this demo because the way everybody's talked about it from IGN and Eurogamer and all them, it sounds amazing, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see it. I really think that it's going to hit it off. I mean, it's that I still don't think they're going to hit that April 16th, 2020 release date. I still think they're going to push it back. I mean, if everybody knows CD Projekt Red, Witcher 3 was pushed back 3, 4, 5 times. So it's just a lot of content in their games, and that's great. I'm all about, and we'll talk about this later when we talk about a big thing in the news right now. But I would much rather you push a game back than to kill your people. They can't see their families, all that bullshit. Make a really good game and drop it later.
Within reason. I mean, they're not going to sit there and go, all right, well, in like 4 years, I know we said we're going to bring it back this year, but in 4 years from now, we're going to have that game.
If it got pushed back, I would say fall of next year. A couple months is okay with me.
Absolutely.
Like if you have to drop it back a couple months, that's okay with me. Like Nintendo talked about, Animal Crossing was supposed to be this year in fall. Well, they dropped it back to March 2020 because they didn't want to kill their people, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. If you're gonna make a better game off that, then that's perfect. Yeah. Like Blizzard. Look at Blizzard. Blizzard is the most renowned company for making, I don't want to say perfect games, but I want to say dropping their games in a near perfect state. They want to make sure the player gets the best experience that they can get out of that. And they've always been that way with WoW, I don't want to say with Diablo 3 because Diablo 3 dropped very weirdly, but it was good. But they made it. Overwatch, yeah. Exactly. Overwatch really took forever to come out.
Yeah.
So it'll be, and they'll drop games. They'll drop games. Like StarCraft Ghost was just dropped not too long ago, which was supposed to be the FPS of one of the StarCraft characters. So I mean, they canceled that. So I mean, it was gonna be something good. So I mean, all companies do this, and I'm okay with it as long as the game's better. But anyway, you'll see that at PAX West.
EA is a big offender of crunch, right?
EA
I heard Bethesda was actually really good about it.
We'll get on this subject later. This is something big later. But yes, you're right. Anyway, Fallout 76, the canvas bags have been shipped out to people. They're very excited. This is the from what I seen something the other day, and I think I told you about it. One of the writers from Kotaku was like, "This is the 6th goddamn article I've wrote about a bag," because people were coming. If y'all didn't know, Fallout 76, what was that edition you got, Jonathan?
Oh fuck, I can't remember.
It was whatever the massive edition
or something.
Yeah, the Wasteland, whatever the massive edition it was that came with the helmet.
Yeah.
You were supposed to get this canvas bag that came, this nice canvas bag. Well, when
supposed to look like old army canvas bag, and what I got when I got mine was this shitty nylon crap plastic that the helmet did barely fit in there. I didn't care because the helmet was fucking awesome. Like,
helmet's the only thing. Like, it's weird that people. I mean, I understand you paid for it.
Right.
You should get what you paid for, but at the same time, like, bro, it's a goddamn bag.
Yeah. Was it that big of a deal? Like, I feel like there's other battles I want to fight.
Yeah. Like, you should fight other battles, and you're fighting over a bag. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, if you got your bag. There you go. And I don't think you can get it now. I think you had to update your stuff beforehand. Which, Jonathan, I don't think you got yours, and I really don't think you care. But
I did not get mine, and I'm about to get on the horn because that's important to me.
Dr. Mario World, Jonathan. Dr. Mario World. Dude, coming out next month.
Dr. Mario so much on my Game Boy as a kid.
I did as well.
All the fucking time. Like
I did
Tetris
as well.
Mario.
And I think this is a perfect, what's the word I'm looking for here? A perfect platform for it.
Yeah.
I think mobile is perfect platform for Dr. Mario, especially with now they are going to have microtransactions. I already know that. That's Nintendo. That's just what they do. Or and it's a puzzle type game and it's a Tetris type game, and I think it's a perfect round of playing, and I can't wait to play it. I'm very excited for this because when's the last time you played Dr. Mario? Mine was probably Game Boy. Game Boy. And I still remember I could probably pick it up today and still play it.
I really love what Nintendo's doing with the mobile, and I think that's a great transition for them because they're not they have the Switch, right? They don't have a handheld DS, 3DS anymore. That's getting phased out. Well, we have our mobile phones, and if you've played like the last few games that they've released, they're good shit. Like, what was that Mario Run game?
Super Mario Run.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is gonna be stupid. It's just a little sky-scrolling platformer. But no, it was actually lots of fun. I think this is a really good niche for them. I'd like to see them present more games, continuously throughout the year.
I mean,
I'd like to see a lot more good games like that.
Mario Kart World Tour is supposed to be out soon, and that's the mobile version of Mario Kart. And the way the people that were doing the beta basically said that you don't. I mean, you steer, but it goes by itself. Like the cart is driving by itself, and you basically just steer. And it's gonna be a fun experience. I can't wait to see it. So there goes that, and that'll be sometime next month. We'll be getting that. Another mobile game that came out Thursday that I've been wanting to play and ready for is Harry Potter Wizards Unite. We've been very excited for this for a while. They announced it, and it comes from Niantic. And Niantic is, goddamn, that company's getting bigger and bigger, all because of Pokemon Go. And
Pokemon Go, man, like this, there was some massive improvements over that.
Pokemon Go, they've got Pokemon Go. They've got that Ghostbusters world type game.
Yeah.
They've also got what's the other one? The Jurassic World. Mm-hmm. That one. I don't know if they're doing Minecraft Earth. I'm pretty sure they have something to do with Minecraft Earth, which is Microsoft's new thing coming out. I'm pretty sure they have something to do with it, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But this is fun. I mean, it came out Thursday night, and it was supposed to come out Friday, and they dropped it a day early. And I downloaded it. It's very slow to get into because of how many people are trying to play. But we were at a big.
I haven't had a single problem with it.
It's been kind of slow for me. I was out at the Omni, which is a resort out here. We were there last night, and I was around the area just going around while the kids were in the pool. And it was kind of slow, but there was so much stuff to do, and it's a blast. I like how they do the spells. I like how they do the tracing of the spells. That shit can get a little bit hard at times.
Hold on a second. What were you doing? Did you sneak into the Omni Hotel just for a swim?
No, my dad.
Don't lie to me.
Oh, no, my dad was there.
I was gonna say that sounds like something you might do.
No, my dad was. You can sneak in there for a swim. My dad was there for the. My dad was there for his birthday, and they were staying there, so we went and hung out with them. Wow. But honestly, the way that place is set up, yeah, you could easily sneak in there for a swim. It's not. It's literally you can pay for. I think it's the parking's like $20 for the day or something. You can basically use it. They have a little water park in there, dude.
Oh yeah.
It's nice. I like that little place.
What level are you at right now in Wizards Unite?
4 or 5. I'm not much.
Yeah.
I live in a very rural area, so there's not much around here for me to do.
Oh, I mean, you understand, man. I'm not getting from my house, but we've been going out a lot the last couple of days. I had to go to Orlando for all sorts of shit, so I've been like the entire drive. I'm like, Sam, drive. I'm gonna do this fucking Harry Potter.
But I mean, I'll be able to do it at work, like on my lunch break or something. I'll be able to walk around.
You probably got a frick ton of
out there in Orlando.
There.
Yeah. So I'll be able to do things like that. I'll try it out on my lunch break tonight, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So that's really fun, and I really suggest anybody that's into Harry Potter, or if you're not and you just want to play something, it's a very fun thing to play. Very easy if you're into the whole. If you play Pokemon Go or any of those other type of games and you realize how they go, they're basically the exact same, almost the same aspects of them, should I say? I noticed a lot of same aspects in this that I noticed in Pokemon Go. If a Pokemon was too hard to catch, you would give them a berry, and then they would be easier to catch. And this, if the spell is too hard, use a potion that helps the spell. So they kind of use the same kind of gameplay aspects, and it's been fun. So I suggest everybody go download and have a good time with it.
I would highly suggest you hold those potions for the premier confoundables, like those confoundables
super
that
hard
have
confoundables.
Yeah. There's a one that they have like a yellow light coming out of it. That's when you know that's like the super rare one. Yeah. And you click on that, save those potions for those.
They're super fucking hard.
Yeah, and it's one time fuck up and they're gone. Yeah. So yeah.
Settlers of Catan launched on June 20th. Jonathan, this is not for me. I put this one in just strictly for you.
Yeah.
Have you done anything with it? Did you even know it was coming out?
No, I knew it was coming out. I haven't had a chance to play it at all. Just, studying all that bullshit. But I am super excited about it because Xbox 360 did it a few years ago, or several years ago, and that's when I first discovered it. And the way they presented it was awesome. So I'm really excited to see the interplay in this game.
Here's my question to you as a person who has never played Settlers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take the 360 version. Let's not worry about the Switch version right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take the 360 version. If I was, let's say I had never played Settlers before.
Yeah.
Never played it.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to learn to play it, is this a place where I could go learn to play it and get a good experience with it? And then maybe possibly take it to tabletop and take that experience from there, and I know how to play?
That's exactly how I did it. I had never played it before because the rules are, fucking. It can be a booklet.
It's a book like that big,
yeah.
ain't it? Yeah.
No, it's not that big, but it's a booklet. It's. Yeah. I don't like reading rules of games. Honestly,
no, neither do I.
YouTube it every time, but I learned the rules from the Xbox 360 game, and then I was like, oh, I can just start playing on tabletop, and I did, and that was what got me into it. It's a really good game. The tutorial the 360 gave was very easy. It was kind of play as you go and gave you some hints for you to understand the concepts of the game. So if you ever want to play the tabletop game, I would suggest just getting the Switch version, learn how to play it, and get into it, and then you can play it later. Jesus, hiccups. Fuck.
Do we know what the price is of the? Let me see.
I can't imagine it's that expensive.
Let me see how much it is on Switch real quick, and talk amongst yourself.
Yeah, the I want to say when the 360 came out, it was like a $3 game. It was like $2.99 or $5.99. It wasn't big. The Xbox arcade games back in the day were not that expensive.
$19.99.
Oh, really? Well, it's Nintendo.
Yeah, that's to me that's an okay price for.
Yeah, I mean, considering if it's that good of a game, who developed it? Do you know? Does it say?
Give me a second. Once again, let me find this out.
That might give a lot of information about.
Developer is Exozet and publisher is Asmodee Digital.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So that makes a little more sense.
Who developed the 360 version?
Oh, don't ask me. It might have been XBLA or whatever it is. Because that was way back, and I could not possibly tell.
Oh, it was developed by Big Huge Games.
Oh,
which
okay.
Was shit. Fuck, that was it was just called Catan, right?
Yeah.
That's Big Huge Games also did Kingdoms of Amalur.
Don't know that game.
You don't know it? It's a wonderful. It's an amazing RPG, man. It came out back. Big Huge Games was the company that Kurt Schilling, MLB pitcher, retired MLB pitcher. He loved games, and he created a game development company called Big Huge Games, and they only made like 2 or 3 games. I think that's them. Let me make sure before I fucking say I'm fucking doing some dumb shit. I believe it's Big Huge.
Fucking.
Man, I know I can't talk without saying the word fuck.
It's an adjective, a noun.
Okay, so
verb.
So I lied. That wasn't that. It's not Big Huge Games that I was thinking about.
Okay.
I definitely thought it was. Man, what is it now? It's gonna piss me off. Give me a second. Is this gonna piss me off if I don't think about?
Oh my god, you and your freaking ADHD, buddy.
I have to
calm.
It was Big Huge Games. It's Big Huge Games. It was. Okay, so I was fucking right. I knew I wasn't fucking killing myself. So I'm right. Okay, so it was Big Huge Games. I apologize. They got bought out. So anyway, that was them. Anyway, THQ Nordic, normal. THQ Nordic buys all those little small ass tiny companies so they can get new IPs. If y'all didn't know this, which I don't think we announced this, but I heard this a while back, THQ Nordic has like 80 games in development right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, over across all their studios. They have like 80 fucking games, and they have like 200 IPs. And just so anyone knows, IP means game franchise.
Speaking of that, Microsoft has been buying up some fucking developers all over the
which
place.
is awesome. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you the one
They're
I was
really
happy.
going to seal the
I
deal
was
with first party.
I agree. I was happy they bought Double Fine. Double Fine was a big one for me that I
Yeah.
was happy after. I'm telling you, you need to go watch that documentary. I believe it's on Netflix. That documentary is amazing just to see the stuff that goes into this. All right, we need to move on.
Well, fine. Fuck you. I was trying to make a point, but whatever.
Oh no, go ahead. Make your point. I'm sorry.
No, fuck you. No. I was just bringing up that the Microsoft buying all these developers. I think they're really just trying to get that first party corner.
I think they're realizing that they don't have a Halos are starting to fade out.
Mm-hmm.
Gears is starting to fade out. They don't have any new IP as a exclusive to the Xbox console. So I think they're starting to realize that, and they're trying to bring more studios in to help with that. From what we know, Playground Studios, which makes the Forza Horizon series, they split off into a new team, and supposedly that new team is supposed to be making a new Fable.
Yeah, I did hear that. That's gonna be good.
That's what supposedly is supposed to happen. So I'm hoping so, because Fable was one of my big Peter Molyneux back in the day at Lionheart they made Fable, and oh my god, I love Fable.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that, I mean, Fable 2 was good, Fable 3 was and I'm really hoping that I'm hoping they don't even call this Fable 4. I'm hoping they just fucking call this Fable.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
And if they make it as beautiful as Forza, I mean, Jesus,
it's gonna be lovely. I mean, nowadays it's hard not to make something as beautiful as Forza, and Playground's very well known as for Forza, and Forza Horizon 4 is beautiful. Mm-hmm. So,
I got one question for you before we move on.
Go ahead there.
Gears. Speaking of Gears,
Gears 5.
Cliffy B. Mm-hmm. Whatever fucking happened to that guy? Where is he? Is he still over there?
Cliffy B, I believe, quit the video game industry.
Really?
Yeah,
Blazinski,
I believe so.
That was his name. Cliff Blazinski. Yeah.
Blazinski. I believe he quit the video game industry. I think he's doing a show or podcast, or I could be wrong, but I just heard somebody talking about him the other day on Game Informer. I'm pretty sure that, or I think it was Game Informer, but I'm pretty sure that he's out of the game industry now. I don't think he wants anything to do with Epic.
Really?
Yes, I believe so.
I love this platform because I can look it up now.
Is he? Yeah, me too. I think he's writing books. I think he's actually writing a book, because somebody said the other day that they're going to be in his book, and I'm pretty sure he's writing a book. Like I said, I'm not totally sure, but I think he's out of the game industry.
He was co-founder of
Epic,
Boss Key Productions, and he was also director of design and game development for Epic Games.
Right, and he's the creator of Gears of War.
It says he was part of Boss Key Productions from 2014 to 2018.
Yeah.
Cliff Blazinski was offered the opportunity to work on Silent Hill franchise with Hideo Kojima, and he declined. What the fuck him?
I could see that. It's
dude, that would have been great.
I think Cliffy B just wanted out of the goddamn industry, and he was a young dude. Yeah. He's a young dude. I think he just wanted out of the industry. That's it.
He dissolved in Boss Key Productions in 2018.
I don't think I think he's writing a book now, because I heard there was an interview the other day that I heard with a former Epic employee that was big, and they were friends with Cliffy, and he said that they talked about a month back, and he's in his book. That's all I know. So I'm really not 100% sure.
Everybody loved Cliffy B back in the day.
I know, he was a cool guy. He was a super cool guy. I mean, every time Gears would come out, he'd come out on stage and play it and go about his day. So next story is this whole thing about the loot boxes stuff, and the things with that senator coming out and trying to pass a bill about loot boxes, and how they shouldn't be in games that kids can play, which is basically any game in the world, because some parents don't care if your kids play mature games. Yeah. Like my parents did not. My parents did not care if I played mature games.
And you turned out just fine. Good reaction, dude.
So EA renames loot boxes in front of government officials. This comes from Game Informer's Jeff Marchiafava. Kerry Hopkins, VP of Legal, came out and said, well, first, start quote. Well, first, we don't call them loot boxes. We look at them as surprise mechanics, end quote. And basically what he was saying is, he is basically comparing them to Hatchimals or the LOL surprise dolls.
Wait, I'm sorry, you cut out the audio. Who's comparing what?
You didn't hear any of that?
Who's the surprise dolls look like?
Oh no! What he's comparing the loot boxes to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. There we go.
Comparing the loot boxes to Hatchimals, to the Hatchimal brand,
Yeah.
or the LOL brand, which is the little surprise dolls that are about this big. My kids have about 19,000 of them, which they don't need.
Or Kinder Surprise eggs, or how about those $25
There
things you
you
get
go.
from the store?
There
I
you
mean,
go.
it's just, I mean, you're right. That is a good correlation.
I mean, and I agree, it is a good correlation of that because you are getting something random. I
Yeah.
mean, it just needs to fucking go away. It's pretty sad when these fucking games have to say, like Gears 5 just announced the other day that they're not gonna have any more loot boxes. It's pretty sad that we have to announce that. Like, and everybody's like, yes, yes! They get so fucking excited, you know?
I know, so bad. I just pulled up a quote from Cliff Bleszinski. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. His quote says, "I get you're sad, but God, this kind of shit is another reason I am never making another game."
Bam. I told you he's out of the game industry. He's done. Like, he doesn't want anything to do with that shit anymore. And more power to him. Like, there has been the more podcasts. People I listen to probably 80 to 90 hours of podcasts a week, and I really do. The more I listen to them, the more I hear people talk about how many people are leaving the industry because of the bullshit they have to put up with. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's one of them things where it's like, okay, I'm a creative director. I really want my game to go in this way. And then the company that's publishing says, no, you can't fucking do that because we're the ones giving you the money. Okay, well, why in the fuck do I even want to do this anymore? That's why more indie developers are coming up. Mm-hmm. There's an indie, I think it's an indie developer that's coming out with a game called Manhunt. Or no, is it Manhunt? It's Maneater, where it's a basically GTA fucking shark game, where you're a goddamn shark and it's basically GTA for sharks. And it's, dude, I'm telling you, after this show, please go look up this game, Jonathan. I think I told you this a while back and you never did it. Please go look this game up. It's called Maneater.
We're gonna be like Bruce from Finding Nemo and all his friends.
but Bruce and Trevor from GTA 5 mixed. Like, you're fucking just killing bitches. It's hilarious. So we go back onto this EA thing. He also says that when he says they're compared to Hatchimals and LOL Surprise, he says they're ethical and quite fun and enjoyable to people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And some people do get a hit out of these, but to me, it's running into gambling. I mean, if I look into it, it is because you get people that are fucking, man, okay, if I really want this one thing. Excuse me. I really want this one thing. If I go buy 200 loot boxes, I might get that one thing. Mm-hmm. You know, but if they open the first 5 loot boxes and they get that one thing, and then they got 195 more to open, that's basically gambling. You're gambling at that point. And that's what the senator's trying to bring out.
I see both sides of this argument.
Oh, and I agree.
And I don't really hate loot boxes like other people do.
I've only bought a couple.
I mean, I've bought some. I've gotten them, and I think getting them for free for making achievements is good too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's been a staple, especially in Overwatch. But
when shit's so hard to find.
Yeah. I just don't necessarily agree that it's 100% gambling. I think loot boxes are loot boxes. They're their own thing. We're, not to borrow from a pun, but we're trying to shove loot boxes into a box. You know, we're trying to put it in, like, it either goes in this box or it goes in this box. Which one is it? We don't know. Loot boxes is its own fucking thing. Right. It has elements that can be interpreted as gambling. It has elements that can be interpreted as just something fun, you know, that you're just going to get a random surprise.
Correct. I mean, what I think what they're saying is it does have that gambling feel. Because it does. Like, if I'm like, man, I got $25. I got $25 left in my account. Let me get these loot boxes so I can see if I get this one thing that I want. Mm-hmm. To me, that's like, well, I'm gambling on the point of, okay, I'm going to spend this $25 and maybe get that, but possibly not. You know, that's what they're saying is the gambling feel, and I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. It makes it I don't know,
especially with kids, because it brings kids into a gambling in the early ages of gambling, should I say? But
I can see that too, yeah.
But the problem, and I know why EA is complaining. EA complains because FIFA is their moneymaker. FIFA makes the most money out of any game in the world because of their Ultimate Team. Their Ultimate Team packs. I mean, their packs of cards or whatever make so much money. But here's my problem with that. I was talking to this about my brother the other day. My brother was like, "What the fuck?" And he's 15. But if they're gonna complain about this, then they're also gonna have to look at things like Pokemon cards. Magic the Gathering cards.
Yeah.
Fucking football cards, fucking baseball cards, fucking basketball cards. Because guess what that is when you pick that pack up and you buy that pack? Technically, it's a goddamn loot box. Because now you're getting random things out of there as well. So, and people that do Magic and people that still do Pokemon and people that still collect all these kind of cards, that's what they love. They love that joy of, man, am I going to open this and be super pissed off? Or, man, am I going to open this and be super fucking excited?
Exactly. There's been so many times I open up a loot box on Overwatch and gone, fuck yes! Oh, I've been wanting to get this one. Jesus Christ. And, that's super exciting.
There's also been times where I've opened that bitch and been like, I got 3 dupes. Oh.
Yeah.
We trade these back in.
I'm pissed. Fuck
Which
you.
I'm glad they do that trade-in feature because that is in Overwatch we're talking about here. They do that trade-in feature of you can trade the games or trade the whatchamacallits in for that. So, we'll see where this goes. And I mean, there should be something coming up here pretty soon about it. So hopefully we'll get something about it.
It could be case law, and then we're not going to be able to argue about it anymore.
Probably not. Another big story we got this week was that Microsoft announced that Xbox Scarlett, which was supposed to have 2 editions, one lower, one higher edition of it, kind of like the Xbox One S and Xbox One X, if you will only have 1 edition when it comes out.
Now, do you think they're going to give us the lower version and just save the big version for later? I feel like that's just such an Xbox thing to do.
I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, by the way, I meant to credit this. This comes from Imran Khan over at Game Informer. But they said it's a big hassle to make 2, and I could see exactly what you just said. To me, this says, I feel like Xbox One X has been in the making for a long time before we got the original Xbox One. Yeah. I feel like this was a long time thing coming. What I'm thinking is exactly what you just said. Okay, we're going to get the lower model now. We're going to get all the bugs out of it because, as we know, every time something launches, fucking bugs come with it. We're going to launch it. We're going to get all the bugs out of it. And in 1 to 2 years, when we finally drop putting games on the Xbox One, here's this wonderful new improved model with new hardware of, here, please buy this for an extra $500.
Enjoy.
And I got a feeling that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're between generations. And Microsoft also said, Phil Spencer came on. He was with Giant Bomb. He was on Giant Bomb with Jeff Gerstmann. And he said that they have no need to stop making consoles. So I got a feeling they're going to be making consoles for a long time.
This is, I just popped out of my head. Keep going.
So I'm hoping that's, if they do that, I'm okay with that because that's like, okay, you kind of have to at this point because there's so Intel, AMD, and everybody released their hardware. Why do you have scissors?
I wanted to see if you'd notice I was picking them up.
Hey, people, this is how you know we're real. I'm going to put a fork in mine. But anyway.
What's John holding today?
That should be a new feature. You hold something new every time we do something.
And you have to post in the comments. First person to Coat and Kit post in the comments wins a prize or something.
And your prize is a thank you because we don't have money to buy you shit.
One day, though. One
day, if we get sponsors.
You get gifted the scissors.
Let me send you these scissors.
Enjoy. They're made by Walmart.
Probably Crayola.
No, it's made by Schoolworks.
Do you know how long I have had these same pair of Crayola scissors?
You're talking shit about scissors, and you got some right in front of you.
Oh, I keep scissors. Do you know how long I've had these Crayola scissors? I think my mom bought me these Crayola scissors from my 6th or 7th grade, and I've kept them ever since. And they are still sharp as shit because Callie cut her hair with them one day.
Oh, wow.
So that happens.
If you guessed scissors in the comment screen, just so you know, you'll get this half-used bottle of eye drops.
Clear eyes.
Clear eyes. Wow.
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 Those commercials.
Dude.
Oh, God, we're so
every
off.
time. The stupidest thing, but you'd laugh your ass off. It's good.
Motel 6. We'll leave the light on for you.
What was that guy's name?
I don't know. I forgot his
Ben Stein.
Ben Stein. There it is.
Yeah, no shit.
Attaboy.
Yeah. Just clicked right there.
Clutch.
Yeah. He was in Bueller.
Speaking of something that rhymes with clutch, this is an awesome transition. Speaking of something that rhymes with clutch, we're going to talk about crunch in gaming, in the gaming industry. So if nobody's up to date with the crunch, we're gonna talk about this and give mine and Jonathan's opinion on it. Speaking of crunch in the gaming industry, if nobody knows what that means, Jason Schreier from Kotaku just came out with an article not so long ago about how Anthem's team had to go through crunch. Basically what we're saying is crunch is last couple months, you're working 12 to 16-hour days to get this game out that needs to get out there. And people are rushing. They're not able to see their family. They're missing T-ball games or graduations or this kind of good stuff. And to me, I don't like the idea of crunch in gaming. Before we announce this, everybody goes through this in the video game industry. I am not a designer, neither is Jonathan. We don't know how it is in the industry. Mm-hmm. But from what we hear from people, every single company goes through a crunch, or they try not to, but they end up going through a crunch anyway. And I don't like the idea of it because I'm okay with you crunching a little. But if you need to save your people because they need to go through mental stuff or they need to see their families, or there was a couple guys that have missed births of their children because they were scared to get fired. Yeah. That to me is wrong. And if you have to push a game back to let your team relax or chill or do whatever, that's fine. I'm okay with that because like we just discussed, Blizzard as a team doesn't release a game until it's almost near perfect. If you have to do that, that's okay. But like you said, don't push it out 4 years. If you got to push it back a couple more months just to hit your quota, just to not hit your quota, I'm okay with that. As a gamer, I am telling you I'm okay with that. And I just don't want to see people kill themselves or, have to see somebody lose their family, which I've seen multiple times. I mean, if you watch the Raising Kratos documentary, which I very, 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 very well recommend go watch. It's amazing. This is about how they made God of War, the new God of War, and watching the head of Santa Monica, which is a woman, I forgot her name, I'm sorry. The head of Santa Monica sit there and they ask her the question of what sacrifices did you have to make, and she just starts almost crying, and she's like, I don't want to answer this question right now. And then she comes back and then she says what she had to sacrifice, which is basically her daughter, which is she has a young daughter. And that to me, I'm like, man, no, these people have lives too. As much as, as humans, if you don't care about stuff like this, and I don't want to say you're not a human, but you're just a shitty human being because you should care about other people in their work industry environment. That's my take.
There's a thing in the industry. Well, I'm not in the industry, but it obviously derives from the term crunch time. So this is crunch time. What happens in crunch time? Well, we didn't get enough shit done in the beginning, and now these last 3 months, oh fuck, we got a hard date. We got to meet it. We got to get it done. Mm-hmm. And so 3 months of your life is just about this game. And I understand that from a business standpoint, but as a human standpoint, I'd rather them say, all right, well, hold on, let's push it back another month. Mm-hmm. However, we've also seen in the past they've done that, month before the release date. I can't remember which game specifically, but I remember there was a month before the release date and they pushed it back like 6 months or some shit. It was some insane time frame. And it was basically a riot, like people lost their fucking mind about it. And really, we should look at that as consumers and go, all right, well, we need to stop putting as much pressure on the business and the industry because it's our fault too. Yeah. It's our fault as buying the games.
It's our fault buying the games because we're selfish. I mean, if you think about this, Greg Miller said this the other day on Kind of Funny Games, and it's true. I've never heard a more true saying. As gamers, we're fucking spoiled.
Oh yeah,
we are some of the most spoiled people in the world because we discussed this, and I had to actually pause my fucking podcast and walk around at work and think about that because why am I spoiled? Okay, I'm spoiled because I am as a Madden player. Okay, I'm expected a Madden every year in August. If they were to come out one day and say, hey, we're going to push Madden back 2 months. I'm probably going to be pissed off for some reason because why? You always fucking put Madden out in August, blah, 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 blah. Different shit of that nature. And that, I'm like, oh, shit, I am fucking spoiled. We are spoiled as gamers. And you got to realize at some point that game design is fucking hard. As much as you think, oh, why can't they just do this? Like we were talking about with Game Freak earlier with them putting the Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Why can't they just do that? It should be push of a button. No, it's not like that. You got to render. You got to do this. It's got to get sent off. And you got to do this, and it's got to get sent off. And then it can get put in the game.
People are taking their art and their passion, and they are putting everything into these. Just a little bit, a character or for you. Not even for you. They're doing it because that's how they express themselves, and that's their passion, that's their art. And not to sound like a weird California
you're fine.
person,
you're fine.
That's what they're doing. And by the way, we're gonna put a timeline on it. You have like 3 hours to finish this.
Yes.
So
I mean,
that's impossible in the art world. And
for people to sit there and tell you, I've heard people say game design is not art. And they're dumbasses. Game design is pure fucking art. It is a form of art. It is a form of it's a form of a way. I just heard about a game coming out in May, which I believe coming out in September. I'm sorry, and it's called It Happened in May or something. I forgot. It's an indie game about how it's a what are those called? The dialogue games. They're called
Telltale.
Kind of like Telltale, but not. They're not dialogue. They're visual novels. There you go. Mm-hmm. It's a visual novel game about how this girl and her boyfriend met, or fiance, whatever they are, and it's different dates they went on. So that's them expressing themselves with how they met, and that's their art. And that's the type of stuff that is lovely to see. I love seeing people I don't know if anybody knows you play God of War, Jonathan?
Yes.
Okay. God of War is not just a God of War story. God of War story. God of War is about a dad and son coming together.
Yeah,
like I don't know if anybody paid attention to that and realized that, but
oh yeah, dude, that was heart wrenching.
Yes, seeing Kratos try to connect with Atreus because he wasn't there as a father for him, and trying to see him rebuild that connection between the two, and then at the end he finally starts seeing that connection is beautiful. Like
that's my favorite part of video games. That's what got me into video games was these beautiful stories. They're better than any fucking movie I've ever seen. They give this time where I'm putting 20 hours into this timeline, this story, and it is beautiful. It's gorgeous. Think about that one beautiful game we played. It was very colorful. We used to play it all the time, and that was art. Okay. I don't remember if you remember. It was they had all these different colored objects. They were penises, and you tried to put it in the ball butts. That was art.
What is it?
God, I don't know. It was like wieners or something.
No, it's God damn it.
God, it's in our.
You're gonna make me go look it up. It's in there. It's in my goddamn Steam library.
It was super fun though. The game mechanic was great because like the balls had like a butthole, and you'd have to put your penis into.
It's really weird that I just typed in on Google, but game about dicks. Genital jousting.
Genital jousting. Yeah, oh my God. The name was great. That sold me the minute I saw it. I remember messaging you like, we got to download this now.
You actually bought it for me, and we played it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did buy it for you.
You bought it for me. You gifted it to me, and we played it, and it was a blast.
We did. We played it for a hot minute.
It was worth the $3 we spent on it. Yeah.
Speaking of Dead by Daylight, we should do like a stream of that.
We really need to do one. I agree.
I know we've talked about it probably 3 times in different podcasts.
I agree. We need to do a stream of that.
All right, cool. All right, so
anyway, back on this, and we won't spend much more time on this because we're actually running out of time. But this is something that I would love to see change in the industry. And I don't want to say change because I understand you need crunch. I understand you need crunch time. I understand you need that because as a business standpoint, okay, y'all are not where we would like you to be. We need you to be here. But to me, you can't kill people. At this point, at the end of the day, the game is going to release because if you push people too hard and they stress and miss stuff and they may not put 100% of their brain or their mind into this work, instead, if you give them, hey man, chill out. We want you to be here. If the employees are saying, hey, we want to stay, we want to finish this game, that's different. That's a whole different term of crunch. Because they're like, no, we want to stay. I don't want to stay here 12. I want to stay here 20 hours and finish this game. Mm-hmm. That is something where I'm like, okay, the employees want to do that because they love that. They love that. They love their game and they really want to do this. But I would love to see it go away. I don't want to see it go away, but I want to see it be managed better by companies.
Well, there's one thing since scenario I see where crunch time is very important. Is when you release a game, and we're seeing this so much more as you release a game, and it is flawed. It is shit. Anthem. Or even Apex did really well, but you have to admit it was flawed, and it's still very flawed.
It was kind of flawed, and Respawn doesn't do a lot of crunch, and all the employees have came out and said that. Like they're like, yeah, they don't make us fucking crunch. Like we're here, and if you want to go home, you go home.
Yeah. But that's the scenario I'm saying where they shouldn't have had crunch where they forced people to do it, but say, hey, we got to do something. We got to fix this game. And yes, they slowly fixed it, and Respawn is the model of what is good. But there's also a need for doing that in some situations.
Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with Apex in the beginning.
There was a lot of bugs.
Oh, I mean, that's just about any game that comes out nowadays. Right. You're going to get a lot of bugs, but I mean, the good thing was they fixed them. I mean, and that's the end. Well, I mean, they fixed most of them. I mean, you're never going to fix 100%.
They're still working hard on it.
I mean, but, it's a live service game, so yeah, you're never gonna fix 100% of bugs in a game. You know, that's what sucks. But the good thing is like it's better now than it was back in the day, because back in the day, now you can just shoot out an update. Hey, download this update, and then you can play. Back in the day, there wasn't you sent me a cartridge out, or you sent me a CD out. There wasn't none of that because there was no online connectivity. So you're not doing all that. So that's our deal on crunch, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, we can hear more about this, and if we get more stories about it, we'll happily bring them to you guys, and we'll discuss about them. I mean, I like giving my opinion about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. We have time for me to talk about that one game.
We have time to talk about games that we've been playing, or that and also our games of the year for the year, and so far. And we also, why don't you go ahead and give a description about your game that you showed me here before the show.
Oh, all right. Well, okay, that's fine. Damn, what's the damn game called? Sorry, guys.
Is that not what you were wanting to do?
No, I mean, I did. I didn't mean to do it right now, but yeah.
Oh, no, we can do it. We can do it later. That's fine.
I've already got it pulled up. Don't worry. All right, so I shared recently a game trailer. Yep, on our Facebook page called Moons of Madness, and it is a Lovecraftian classic survival horror kind of puzzle-ish game. It's set on Mars. Like, it looks fucking cool.
It's a survival
game. Yeah. It's classically based, solving puzzles and things like that.
Release date's supposed to be Halloween, by the way, October 31st.
And that's perfect. And this game it's not the best graphically game I've ever seen, but for a small production company, it's pretty good.
Rock Pocket Games is who's going to be developing this, by the way.
Rock Pocket Games.
Rock Pocket Games.
And
it's going to be developed, or it's going to be published by Funcom. So it looks fun. Jonathan showed it to me before the show here, and I'm not big into survival horror, but I really enjoyed Alien Isolation, and it looks really fun. It looks freaky. It looks like something I would not play at night, but I would like to play at night because it just gives you that fear. It looks really good.
That tentacle, their basic thing. There's like this tentacle creature that is just taken over wherever you're at, Mars, ship, whatever. And it looks fantastic. There's just definitely this Cthulhu feeling of it too, with ancient runes and all that other shit. So I'm really interested to see how it's going to turn out, and I think I'm going to buy it day one.
When is and we discussed that was in that was in October. Halloween is the initial release date of what it's supposed to come out. Mm-hmm. We'll definitely we'll keep an eye on that and check it out. Mm-hmm. So Jonathan, I want to go ahead and get your take and get you started. Any games you've been playing lately?
Really, the only thing I've been playing a lot of is Wizards Unite. Like, I really enjoyed that. I like the combat system. I like the puzzles and different things like that. They've done a lot with it that's different from Pokemon Go. I haven't played the other games that Niantic has done, but that's what I've been enjoying lately.
Did you not play Pokemon Go?
I did play. I do. I have it. And,
okay.
Yeah, but this is way better than as far as the things you can do. So.
Okay. The only thing I've been playing recently is I've been trying to get into Starlink Battle Initiative on Switch. I've been loving this game. Nintendo brought this out, and it came out on every console. So it came out on Xbox, PS4, and Switch. But on Switch, you got a exclusive for Star Fox. So you were allowed to use Star Fox in this. and I was super excited about this. I got all the characters. I got all the DLC because they had it on sale last week during the E3 sale, and I've been loving it. It's a wonderful game. It's kind of repetitive. There's some dialogue that's very repetitive, but it's amazing. I've been enjoying it, fully enjoying every single bit of it. And I've been still just trying to hop in, doing a little bit more and a little bit more Breath in the Wild. That's it. I've been just playing a little bit more of it because I can take big amounts of that, but then like I step away from it every now and again so I don't get too bored of it. I want to kick into now a so far game of the year for you, if you have one. If you don't have one, that is fine. Something you've played, hopefully. And then I will get into mine.
Honestly, I don't think I have a game of the year per se yet. I think it hasn't happened yet.
I was praying you wouldn't say Metro Exodus.
Oh, I wasn't. I wasn't. Funny
you.
story is my daughter got me that game for my Father's Day, but didn't realize I already played it.
Yeah.
But if I was gonna hard pressed to pick one, I'd say the remake of Resident Evil 2 in the last year has been the best.
That was last year, though.
I'm saying in the last year. Are you just saying this year?
Yeah, I'm saying like 2019.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't fucking know.
Sure.
Maybe Apex is the best so far that I've enjoyed.
Okay. I mean, that's what you want to say, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I can't really think of
you haven't played much either. You haven't played.
I haven't played as much as I want to. It's been a busy year
for you, so you haven't played much.
Yeah.
I was hoping you wouldn't say Metro Exodus because I liked Exodus to an extent. Like I said, I gave it an 8. And it was okay. It was just there was parts of that story that were just very blah.
I wouldn't give it the game of the year, to be honest with
you. And see, there's a guy in Arbordale who owes me $50 because he said it was going to be game of the year. And I was like, okay, well, you got to think about all these games coming out, and there's going to be a random nobody game that's going to come out. It's probably going to get game of the year, and it's probably going to be. And people don't realize that indie games can be considered game of the year. And there's certain indie games that are really fucking good. Like Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer just came out. That's an indie game. It can be considered if somebody wanted to. But anyway, my game of the year so far, and I'm going to stick with this, unless I play something else that's better. But A Plague Tale: Innocence. A Plague Tale: Innocence is a game that I very well recommend everybody to play. It's a single player game. Jonathan, this is the one I was talking about for the show. You really need to get this. You really need to play it. If you want to get it on sale, it's not something you need to play drastically, but it's something that you will enjoy the story of. Okay. It's developed by Asobo Studio and published by Focus Home Interactive. It came out this year. It's a game that was set in the 1600s in France, and you are playing this girl. Shoot, I forgot her freaking name now. Amicia, that's what it is. Amicia and her brother Hugo. You're playing as those two. Your parents die, basically, as a spoiler. By the way, you can pet a dog in this game if you're wondering, but don't get too attached. So you are protecting your brother, and they have this rat system. They have this like the system of rats to where they swarm. It's kind of like the zombie swarm system, and the rats will swarm onto you, and the only way you can protect yourself is from light. You don't have any weapons. The only thing you have is a sling, and your sling can throw rocks and kill people. So it could, basically, I guess it is a weapon. And you can upgrade your sling, and the story is just beautiful. If this game does not even get considered for Game of the Year this year, or at least on a top 50 or a top 20 of the 25 of this year, I would be pissed because the game is beautiful. It's lovely. I mean, if you don't even want to play it, man, just go watch the story. Go watch the cutscenes. Like it's lovely. I loved every second of playing this game. It's like 17 chapters long, I think, and the chapters are about 30 minutes apiece. It's a perfect game for you to play at night. This would be perfect for you, Jonathan, because you study, because you do so much. It would be perfect for you because, let's say, 30 minutes before you go to bed. Man, I want to play a game. You can get through a chapter in 30 minutes, and then and then the next night get through a chapter, and next night get through a chapter, and it's perfect. It's perfect for that.
Games I haven't played in 2019, I would say one I've heard the most buzz about, just kind of going off that, would be Sekiro. Or Rage 2. Like, a lot of people have said a lot of good things about it, but
a lot of people have said a lot of good things about Rage 2, and I'll tell you, there's some good things I've said about Rage 2, and there's a lot of bad things I've said about Rage 2. Rage 2, I'm kind of playing it like off and on, and so far I'm at about a 7 on it. Don't follow the fucking story. Like it's like don't worry about story. I'm skipping through cut. I'm a story guy. I cut through cut. I don't skip through cutscenes. I'm skipping through cutscenes and just playing the game.
That's the problem I've heard about it. Is just the story isn't good, but the gameplay is fun.
The gameplay is very fun. I mean, Rage has arguably one of the best shotguns in gaming. I mean, it's just like Doom. I mean, it's up there with Doom with shotguns. I mean, it's a wonderful game. I've been enjoying playing it, but there's a lot in it. The characters are not lovable. It does that whole Borderlands thing where when you meet a new character, it comes up and says, "So and so has entered" or something. It steals a bunch of stuff. But I mean, so far it looks fun. Sekiro, you'll fucking hate. I hated it. But here's the thing. I hated it from a gameplay aspect because I don't play those type of games. I did not like the Souls games because I don't like the whole you die, you go back, and everything comes back alive process. And then you got to go back. And it's the gameplay was hard for me. But you might like it. I'm not sure. Like I said, I wasn't big into the Souls games. But yeah. So, I mean, those are the games that you might want to do. Is there anything else you want to say here before we say goodbye to the people?
I think I'm good, man.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for watching. This is what's the date today? This is our 623 episode. I believe this is our sixth episode of the ADHD Gamer. We're moving up there. We're getting there. At the 10th episode,
for those of you that don't know what the
party.
6th month is, it's June.
Oh yeah. I can't fucking say nothing. Oh my god. Oh well. Okay. I just woke up. Leave me alone. Anyway, I'm really gonna go get me a hot pocket because I'm fucking starving. I'm gonna get me a glass of tea and get me a hot pocket and sit down and play some Starlink.
I'm gonna go study and tend to my probably irritated future wife that's been waiting for me to get off of this.
She's probably irritated, but she'll be okay. She understands this. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean,
she understands. She has to understand this.
She understands life, and she's very good to me. So whatever.
Yeah, well, she plays with your penis, and she's the only one, hopefully, that's playing with your penis. Hopefully.
Well,
I got you in trouble. I apologize. That came out, and I couldn't stop.
Good old Jill. Jill.
Oh, I like your.
Or Lil. Lill.
Sign language in there. I like it.
It's not. It's just me being dumb.
Okay.
My hand makes a J. ILL. It looks good. She loves me.
With that, people, we're going to sign off and say,
I'll be right back.
Where are you going? Oh, God. With that, people, we're going to sign off and say thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching, guys.
It's been wonderful, and we'll see you guys possibly next week. We came into doing this random week thing. Jonathan, we messaged each other the other day and was like, hey, let's fucking do something on Sunday. So we might be doing this a week. We might be doing it bi-weekly. We don't know yet. We're kind of in the I don't know fucking stage. So
we're definitely in the stage of we think we're starting to figure out how to make this look and sound nice.
Yes, I think it's already sounding nice. Last week's video was kind of weird, but it was okay. It was.
I feel like this one's going to be positive. At least it
was a step up from where we were last week. I'll say that. And this is probably a little bit more of a step up. Mm-hmm. So thanks y'all for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep, Mike, ADHD Gamers. See ya.
Jonathan, ADHD Gamers. Peace.